Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome back to BattleTech. It's a somber occasion. We've lost one of our own, and unfortunately, I spent some time looking around the Argo, and there is no kind of memorial feature. Like, so many of these games have this, right? Like XCOM does, a lot of the smaller tactics games. If you lose somebody, they're permanently commemorated somewhere. Looks like not here. I guess the Argo doesn't have room for a small shrine. So, we're just going to take a moment to remember Morgan Panama Lee. She loved canals and palindromes. She hated being shot several times in the face with missiles. And also Glitch. They kept it professional on the battlefield, but they really did not like each other. And during those long space voyages, they would chase each other around the ship, shooting rubber bands at the back of each other's heads and organizing elaborate pranks. But she gave her life in service of the butterflies. And so, everybody make a hand gesture that sort of looks like a butterfly flapping. There we go, like that, thank you, I appreciate almost all of you cooperating. You, right there. Yeah, I know you didn't do it. That's messed up. Now let's get on with it. So, we have some jobs and stuff available to us, but we are not doing anything until Behemoth is back in action and the Centurion and the Thunderbolt are repaired. We're just gonna sit for a couple of days. I don't think there's anything important we can be doing in this time, really. I really do think we need Behemoth back, because if we don't wait until she's back up, we gotta bring Reaper with us, and Dude is still a recruit for a reason. I think it's worth keeping him on the payroll, just in case of an emergency. We're not really paying him that much, but I'd prefer my team to be Behemoth, Glitch, Medusa, and Decker. Yeah, at least Decker's got some combat experience. So yeah, we're gonna press this button and we're gonna just wait 6 days. Frankly, we could all use a little bit of time to reflect and sort of get our heads straight.
Job's done, Commander.
Okay. So before we go here, I did remember to spend Behemoth's XP, right?
Commander.
Yes, I did. Okay. And
What's up, boss?
Commander?
everybody else is...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's right. I was still kind of torn on him. Because we're never going to use Bulwark, right? But he's going to be running up on people, so the extra health is going to be meaningful. He's probably going to benefit from... Especially if we end up putting him in a mech that's more outfitted with, punchy weapons. Honestly, overheat is still a problem for him as it is. This will help him actually be able to fire his lasers more often. Yeah, we're going piloting guts with him, I think.
Training confirmed, Commander.
He's an outrider. Okay, let's see what we got. Darius, what do you got for me here? Oh, you know what? We haven't talked to Farah yet. Let's do this before we go on a mission. We stopped in and familiarized ourselves with every other member of the crew, I think. So it is her turn. Dr. Farah Murad. Patching up the Argo must have been an enormous job. How'd you do it? I think the answer to this is mostly not alone, right? She has a whole work crew. We have not met them. Oh, it wasn't just me. I had a team working under me. Over 200 of Learton's most accomplished engineers, electricians, and shipwrights. It was really pretty amazing, I've got to say. Shouting through a megaphone at a team of hundreds, watching them hang on my every word. Her tattoo is pretty cool. How much did Lady Arano pay for all that? Oh, it wasn't Lady Arano. The payments came directly from House Centrella. That was a figure of speech. They were indirect payments, of course, routed through countless intermediaries to obscure where the money was coming from. But, yeah, the Centrellas paid for it. Do we know House Centrella? The ruling dynasty of the Magistracy of Canopus. Yeah, okay, we know these guys. So, we gotta check out our reputation. I gotta see how we're standing with everybody. I know the Aranos love us, but, we should see how much we've hurt our reputation with the Canopians, because they gotta have feelings about us by now, right? Now, as to how much the Centrellas paid, I honestly have no idea. I'm sure the figure was astronomical. But still, cheaper than getting dragged into an unwanted war, eh? Yeah, it turns out the costs of that are fairly high. If this ship turns out to be as important as Lady Arano thinks it will, then it was money well spent. Have you ever managed a team that big before? Never in my wildest dreams. Prior to my time at Learton Shipyard, the biggest team I'd ever managed was the crew I had with me on Ancestral, and they all got killed. This job went a lot better than that one did, by the way. Only 3 deaths across the entire project, and before you ask, none of them was my fault. There was an accident with one of the industrial cranes, and, well, it was horrible. I pray for their souls. That went off the rails in a pretty big way, didn't it? Sorry about that. I guess I'm still a little bit in shock from our time on Ancestral. I'm having a hard time getting what I saw there out of my mind. But that's neither here nor there. We were talking about the ship. Is there something else you'd like to know? How about... Yeah, if you're going to be a part of this crew, I want a better sense of who you are. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm an actual doctor, but not the medical kind. I hold 2 doctorates, one in physics, the other in mechanical engineering. And now I'm hauling around in a lost tech wonder with a crew of merry pirates, seeking my fortune. It's funny, the places life takes you. Okay, give me the long version. Seriously, what's up? We got time. Yeah, sure, if you like. Let's see, where to begin? Well, I was born on Regulus, in the Free Worlds League. My parents were academics, I know, big surprise. And I spent most of my early years bouncing back and forth between their suburban apartment and the Ferdowsi, my Baba June's live-in dropship. Do we know about Regulus? One of the Free Worlds League's founding trinity, the Principality of Regulus has a checkered past with its fellow members. Regulus is an economic and cultural epicenter of the region, and also holds great religious sway for both Hindus and Sikhs of the Free Worlds League. Regulan traders range far into the inner sphere, constantly seeking new goods and markets. You know, I feel kind of bad. Like, religions are sort of one of my sort of blind spots. I know almost nothing about Sikhism. This might be a good opportunity for me to go do some reading after the video here. Okay, your Baba June. Who was that? Baba's like aunt or nope, grandfather. Bad guess. He'd carved out a nice little business for himself running a taxi service for pilgrims traveling to and from Dar es Salaam, which means Haven of Peace. It's the center of the Islamic faith in the Lyran Commonwealth. The world was colonized by the mid-25th century by Muslim settlers who welcomed the planet's harsh, arid climate as a connection to their roots on Terra. As much as my father frowned on Baba June's old-fashioned lifestyle and beliefs, he wasn't blind to how much I loved the old man. And so he occasionally consented to let me board the Ferdowsi and go along for the ride. I will always cherish my memories of those voyages. The warmth behind Baba June's smile, the excitement of leaving Regulus behind, chatting with the pilgrims and getting lost in the stars and eating pre-packaged Fessenjan out of a shiny tin. Those times are all crystal clear in my memory, as if they happened yesterday. Oh, how I miss that wonderful man. This kind of reminds me, the way she talks about him kind of reminds me of the way I feel about my grandmother. I have very clear memories of doing very mundane things with my grandma when I was younger. This may seem silly coming from a mercenary engineer, but I've come to think of the life I've chosen as a way of honoring my Baba June. By carving my own path among the stars, I'm doing what I can to keep his memory alive. That sounds trite, I'm sure, but sue me. It's what I've chosen to believe. You know, I'm not sure if the waver's coming through my voice. I'm getting a little emotional here, thinking about my grandma now. Alright, come on, focus in. We got robots to blow up. What about after you left home? Where did you study? I actually spent a little time in the Lyran Commonwealth before I pursued my studies. Long story, that, but suffice it to say that it was its own kind of learning experience. When I did decide to get a higher education, I wound up back in the Free Worlds League. I did my undergrad studies at the University of Atreus, then went on to Sion University in the Capellan Confederation to earn my doctorates. Oh, Capellan. The Capellans are the ones who probably hate us. I don't remember what I said earlier, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Capellan. Sion University is the most prestigious institution of higher education in the Capellan Confederation. The university welcomes worthy students from across the inner sphere, regardless of means. Its economics and political science programs are particularly well respected. Sion University also operates an excellent officer candidate program for the Capellan Confederation Armed Forces. For a top 3 school with a Maskarovka screened admissions process, Sion U was surprisingly open to transfer students. What is this? Maskarovka is the greatly feared intelligence arm of the Capellan Confederation, which consists of 2 branches. The Chancellor's Hand conducts espionage, gathers intelligence, and commits sabotage in foreign territory, while the Chancellor's Will brutally enforces national security and loyalty among the citizens. Anyway, I could go on and on for hours about my academic career, and you'd probably smile and nod as I rambled, but come on, I mean, this can't be interesting for you, can it? You're a mercenary, you stomp around in a giant robot for a living. The closest I got to adventure back then was my dissertation defense. And apparently, Mitch agrees. Yeah, that's enough. Let's talk about something else. Have you always wanted to be a shipboard engineer? No, not always. When I was 15, I wanted to be a statistician. You know, a nice quiet life, alone in the ivory tower. That was what my personal dropship was going to be called. Preparing mathematical models and studying survey results. So yeah, you know, every girl's dream. Sure, who at the age of 15 did not want to be a statistician? I guess. Didn't you ever want to do anything more, like, exciting? Like being a mech warrior? Nah. Much as I love the idea of stomping around in a giant robot, I'm not huge on the whole murdering people with lasers thing. It doesn't really square with my personal beliefs. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to work with mech warriors. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. But the actual firing of weapons, no, that's not for me. Well, you still seem pretty enthusiastic about it. Why didn't you follow through? Well, interests change. I mean, I still like statistics, sure, who doesn't? But it's really more of a hobby now. Is that weird? People have told me it's weird. I don't know, plotting graphs and forecasting future events calms me. It's like my own little way of using math to bring order from chaos. And besides, everybody needs a hobby. I know for a fact that Darius crochets. Well, yeah, but that's useful. Okay, so what made you want to get into engineering? Uncle Heiner's Experiment World, a live-action STEM edutainment program from the Lyran Commonwealth. It started airing just after my 19th birthday. You may have seen it. It ran for 3 seasons before it was cancelled. The host was a tattooed, chain-smoking nihilist who taught children the magic of chemistry. You know, making thermite with aluminum cans and a belt sander, that kind of thing. Oh sure, it's just like Mr. Wizard. Yeah, I remember. You like that guy? I married him. A long story, but the important bit is, in the 6 months before the annulment, I learned that I had a real talent with machines. When Heiner blew out a power relay or took a tire iron to the bandsaw, I was the one who would put it back together again. I found a great deal of peace in that. Man, she's had a life, huh? This is a good, well-crafted character. From there, it was just a matter of getting into the right schools and following my bliss. So that's what I did, and here I am. It turned out alright for me, all things considered. Can we maybe talk about work again? Alright, yeah, I do, in fact, have some questions about this ship. I am not interested in tutorials, but what can you tell me about the Argo? A fair amount, Commander. I've been researching this ship for several months. Boeing Interstellar produced just 2 of these beauties back in 2762. They were intended to follow behind the first wave of exploratory missions, supporting multiple surveyor, terraformer, and colonizer teams on deep survey missions. Although she's far too large to land on a planet, her docking collar system allows for smaller dropships like your Leopard to come along for the ride. The Argo is a mobile space station, in a sense, providing supply and temporary habitation for teams on dangerous missions in unsettled space. Well, exploration vessel or no, that does sound ideal for our purposes. She is, and with 57,000 tons of cargo space, she has all the room we need for supplies, spare equipment, personnel, you name it. In fact, her hold is so vast we'll have no trouble storing as many mech chassis and partial mech salvage as you can get your hands on. So yeah, like this is weirdly ideal for our purposes. Why don't we see more of these kinds of things out here? The Argo is a product of her era. She lacks the armor and maneuverability to function in battle, and she's vastly outclassed in size and firepower by even the smallest warships. She's a peacetime ship meant for peacetime exploration duties, and planned with a focus on long-term orbital deployment. It was her non-combat design that ultimately led to her abandonment. Yeah. Right, people who are actually in a position to buy spaceships have the money to buy something a little bit bigger and more effective. This is weirdly perfect for our purposes because we got lucky and got a hold of it for free. In an earlier era, she might have seen widespread usage, but the fall of the Star League and the near-constant state of war we've endured since then has rendered the Argo little more than a forgotten experimental footnote in the history of dropship production. Sad, really. In her own way, the Argo represents the back seat that science and exploration have taken in pursuit of military goals. That is sad. Alright, I think that's enough. You know, Farah, it was nice actually meeting you.
Keep safe, boss.
Yeah, safe. That's not really what Belle does. So let's go blow some stuff up then, huh? Oh, the store. We were gonna go to the store and buy dragon parts. I don't know how expensive these are gonna be, but I want to have a functional dragon. That sounds like a very good thing. So that is gonna be almost 2 million to buy the whole thing. Ooh. What else is on offer here? Is there anything that's like really mind-blowing? I'm wondering about small lasers. As we get closer to my dream of building a punch mech, I think, closer, I gotta figure out which of the support weapons I actually want to use. So this guy does 3x5, no stability damage base, but if you could find a machine gun that had stability damage, I'm not actually sure how the attacks work. So like we talked a little bit last time about how you can't actually knock somebody over if they don't already have the unsteady trait. Is the melee punch and the support weapon attack that follows, are they considered two different attacks? Can you hit somebody with your punch hard enough to get them unsteady, and then using a machine gun that has some plus stability damage actually knock them over, even if they weren't unsteady before the punch? That's a question that might be relevant. Oh wait! We don't have to pay that much for a dragon. I already have most of a dragon. Hell yeah, let's buy what we need to make that thing work. The Dragon 1N is a beefy machine that can take a serious beating, but tends to be a bit light on weaponry. It moves fast for a heavy mech, though, which makes it well suited to closing for melee attacks against slower targets. I'm very excited about that capability. Okay, we have 5 damage, 1 accuracy, large laser. That's pretty cool. Not really that expensive either. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy it.
New weapon systems available.
Given the relatively low cost of weapon systems, we should probably just buy them wherever we find them, like cool ones. We're going to be losing weapons periodically as they get blown up and stuff, so I'm not that excited about +2 damage, but about 25% crit, but +2 damage on a weapon that hits 10 times, or that hits 6 times rather, is pretty good. I think we'll buy this.
New weapon systems available.
I don't care about accuracy on a point-blank weapon. I'm really not that interested in running an LRM-5. I guess we do already have an LRM-5 we just replace that with. Yeah, and it's 85. It's a rounding error in cost. Sure. Okay, let's have a look at this dragon. Alright, so it comes equipped with AC5, LRM-10, and a pair of medium lasers. If we wanted to make this a punchy robot, it actually is not super great for that. It only has 2 support weapon slots. But, like, do I have any... Okay, I have this. This thing has 5 damage on it, which is pretty good for a 20 base damage weapon. It's a fairly large percentage increase. So if we went for like a small laser here, small lasers do 20 damage each. It does seem like machine guns are just kind of bad. Right, this does 20 damage, this does 15. And it seems to have no benefit over the small laser. I guess there's something to be said for the fact that this is 5 different attacks, so there's a greater chance you'll hit something in the head, right? Because each of the attacks fires separately. So no, that's it. That's all I can find. It doesn't seem very good. Okay. Oh no. How about this? Each of the attacks will also have a separate crit roll because I don't think crits have anything to do with damage. So if you're punching somebody, knocking all of the armor off of a body part, and then you put a bunch of machine gun fire into that body part, you have multiple chances to damage the components in the body part, whereas the small laser will only have the one chance. I think that's probably the benefit. But you also have to mount ammo. Like, right, this is half a ton. This is half a ton. But with the machine gun, you also have to mount 1 ton of machine gun ammo. Yeah, we'll just go for another small laser here, and we'll pull this medium laser for the moment. Although, if we're planning to make this a punch mech, it doesn't need the LRMs. An AC-5 is a pretty good sort of medium range weapon. We could put an LRM-5 on it instead. Use that for closing. It doesn't have any jump jets. Can it take jump jets? It can take up to 5. Like, maybe we put some jump jets on this thing. Get some mobility. We don't have any spare jump jets? How on earth did I let this happen? Alright. Let's back up. Hold up. Apparently we gotta go shopping again. Oh, you know what it is? I bet we don't have any jump jets for this weight class. Because the jump jets... We definitely have jump jets. We get them as salvage all the time. But I think 60 tons is large enough that you can't use the small ones. Is that correct? Yeah, up to 55. So we would need some of these.
New equipment available.
I'm buying 5. I don't know that we'll actually use 5, but it's probably good for us to have them, right? Okay, so let's refit this thing. We're gonna cut. For now, my plan is we completely remove the LRM. We put in a pair of small lasers. We want to put the good one in the arm because it will be slightly more likely to hit. Although, actually, we're not going to miss with our small laser attack at point blank range. That's not a real concern. And here it's less likely to get blown up. What else? So we're going to put in those jump jets. We're going to switch this over to equipment mode. Here we go. Yeah, we can put in 4 jump jets and then maybe armor up a little bit. We don't have any heat sinking and we have 4 laser weapons on it now. And if it's jumping, it's going to need heat sinks. Put a heat sink in the head, I guess, and 1 in here. Help bleed off heat a little bit. We're pretty tough. 80 front armor, 135 on the center torso. You know, can I turn this down a little bit and spread it over these? Because you get hit in the side torso parts all the time. Yeah, okay. I think that's interesting, right? This thing's heavy enough, it's gotta have a good punch. The AC-5 gives it a little bit of versatility. This is effective out to a pretty long range. Medium lasers are effective out to a reasonable range. And yeah, this is going to be the mech we use to run at people. That's going to be 5 days.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Alright. Let's go find a job. I think we're good to go, right? We could run, yeah, like Shadowhawk. Yeah, we're good. Darius, tell me you got something for me. We are probably not quite ready to do this. Wow, the pay's really good. 2.5, huh? 2.5 skulls? What am I waiting on? If I decide I'm not doing this right now, and I want to wait, what am I actually waiting for? We could, I guess, wait for the dragon to be refitted. If we ran out there right now, we'd be running a crew that's like the Shadowhawk, which is a fine piece of machinery. Hold on. We have some improved SRMs we could mount in here. These are both totally normal. Yeah. Let's go for these changes. This will probably only be like a day or two. We'll make these changes and then we'll just go, I think. It's a remarkably long time, actually.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
So which one of these do I want? Because I think we should probably finish one of those. We'll run the Thunderbolt again. I know that the Thunderbolt didn't work out so well for us that time. A lot of that has to do with just the situation, the degree to which we were overwhelmed. We could run like Thunderbolt, Vindicator, Trebuchet, and what do you call it? The Jenner. Oh no, that's right. I hadn't put these on the schedule yet because they required serious upgrades or serious repairs. Well, let's put them into serious repairs mode. So we lost the 2 medium lasers. I mean, just put 2 medium lasers back in. I certainly have enough. Do I want to make any other changes? I feel like this thing's pretty powerful the way it is. The way we use it, it does a lot of good work. No, I'm fine with that. Just, yeah, repair all, obviously. Make the thing work again.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
And the Jaeger mech got very screwed up. Holy crap. It's pretty much just a center torso. Okay, so we have this thing mounting a pair of AC5s and a pair of AC2s. It's interesting that it has 4 support weapon hardpoints. Alright, repair the parts that weren't completely replaced. Do we want to change up this design? I do actually really like it. It did some fine work. Get the armor, the ammo out of the center torso. The center torso does get hit the most, I think. The side parts still get hit. I mean, it's dangerous to keep ammo anywhere, right? And then... I was going to say, I'm not out of medium lasers, am I? How could that possibly be the case? So we can run it like that, and what am I missing? I had more AC5 ammo. Put another AC5 ammo bin in. How many shots does each one of these carry? 15 rounds? But it's 15 total rounds. This is only 7 rounds of full AC5 fire. That doesn't happen, right? We don't usually have to fire the AC5s 7 times. Better safe. Like, what else would I could have put a jump jet in or something. I mean, I guess there's something to be said for that. Maneuverability is important, especially for a mech that's all direct fire weaponry. Yeah, okay. Make that build happen. It's extensive. Okay, so we need to make some money now. Like, now. I'm gonna move the Jenner up because I really, really like the Jenner. We're coming real close on finances here. The financial report is poorly timed. Alright, so if we wanted to run a mission out, we could go like Thunderbolt, Trebuchet, Centurion, and Blackjack. We could wait 4 days for the Jenner to be ready. Without the Jenner, we're pretty limited in terms of mobility and scouting, and I don't like that. Information is really important. We could do this sort of like intermediate mission, just buy a little bit of time. Take it entirely as actual pay. Or we do have stuff to sell, too, don't we? Hold on. What if I wanted to sell things? Let's drop a couple of mechs out of the bay. Things we know we're not going to use. The spider, for example. What do you get for... I'm going to press this button. Hopefully it won't immediately do it, but it will instead like give me an idea of how much money it would be and offer me the chance to change my mind. That would give me 208k. If I dump it back to storage and try to sell it, what do I get? A little bit better. We're never going to use the spider again. It's just a bad mech. It's too light. My problem with it. Okay, so it's better to sell them than it is to scrap them, as I expected. But you know, it's good to make sure we're not going to run this locust again ever either. Again, the same problem. It's too light. I do like the fact that it has lots of support hard points, but yeah, too small. And we're in friendly territory now. We're not going to get better prices than this anytime soon. Oof. The market also thinks the Locust is a pretty bad mech. I will say, I think the Locust is a better mech than the Spider is. Alright, now we have enough that we can finish our Argo upgrade, pay everybody, still have enough money to start another good upgrade, and not actually have to take a job in the next couple of days. I'm going to wait for our generator to be functional before I go back out.
That work order is complete, boss. Top-notch work, if I may say so.
You know what I love about Farah is her modesty. So, training modules. We have access to a second tier of training module now, and I think I actually do want this. Up to 20,000 is a lot more compelling, so let's start building this one. Oh yeah, it's nice and cheap.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Okay, and with this, honestly, I think we can probably just go straight into the next priority mission. I don't really think that there's a reason... This is not the button I wanted. I don't really think there's a reason to wait. Served cold. Travel to Smithen's moon to destroy an arms smuggler's dropship for Lord Corrosus. Like, we could hold off and do this, but what am I waiting for? I'm certainly not waiting for Bell to be functional again. That's gonna be a minute. Although, we do have some mechs building, so maybe I could wait for those. We do this contested will thing with our Locust and our sort of normal crew, make a little bit of money to make sure that we make pay and everything. Yeah, alright, we'll do contested will. We'll wait until some of those heavier mechs are finished before we go on to Served Cold, because Served Cold is reading as higher difficulty than the mission where we lost all that stuff. So yeah, contested will. We're not in a position where we have to go super hard on payment. We could do a little salvage. I should read the... Hold on. We should read this. A restoration family lost a large area of land on Smithen, thanks to dubious legal maneuvering by Directorate agents. This land includes an important ancestral military base. Boy, imagine what that's like. Your family's so rich that you own an ancestral military base. It's been handed down for generations, this military base. We need it taken back from the Directorate and held until this can be sorted out. Yeah, okay. I don't care about this at all, but they're not paying me to care. They're paying me to blow up robots. Let's go, yeah, let's go to one piece of priority salvage. This right here, this is pay for the month. Let's do it. Time is here once again. House Arano needs help, and you're the best position to lend it to us. I could gain some rep. Oh, I didn't look at our reputation. Well, whatever. It's been long enough without any action. Let's get to it. So, we got Behemoth back. Behemoth gets to drive the heavies. Oh, I didn't actually wait until the Locust was... or until the thing was ready. I didn't press the button. Hold on. We gotta back up. We gotta back up. I have a button to press. I got all excited about everything and forgot to finish the Jenner, because the lounge finished. Everybody on the ship was so excited, including me, that we forgot what we were doing. Okay, now we handle this. I don't think I care about rep quite as much as I care about money. Alright, so you got your Jenner, you got your Centurion. Behemoth gets in the Thunderbolt. And then I think we take the Trebuchet with us, right? Vindicator is PPC, LRM 10. Yeah, the Trebuchet's a good mech. The Blackjack's not bad either. No, I like the Trebuchet. And Decker, welcome to the team. So you have sensor lock. Yeah, actually, that's really handy. Worst case scenario, Decker gets to be a sensor lock bot for Glitch and the Rocket Centurion. Yeah, this should be a functional team, I think. We haven't seen Decker in action in a really long time, since he almost died. I think in the first mission, the one where Bell got splattered real bad. Not lethally, you know. He survives everything. There was a little bit of a time skip in the beginning of the game, right after the mission where it seemed like Lady Arano had been killed. And so we don't know exactly what happened, but I like to imagine that Bell's rise within this mercenary company was mostly him getting injured. He would get horribly injured. Something would happen to him that seriously, very obviously ought to kill a man. And he'd be basically fine, except, you know, his skeleton's broken. And then he's out of commission for 6 months or something. He gets back in the cockpit and immediately, once again, just like crushed under 11 tons of steel, shot 55 times. He's on fire when they wheel him back to the Argo. He's currently on fire. They can't figure out how to put him out. It won't go out. It's like one of those fake birthday candles. And then, you know, he lays around for a couple of months and just that over and over again. Darius does not buy the Ancestral Fortress part of the story, but the legal maneuverings seem real. Yeah, we can resolve this quickly. And get paid.
Command interface initiated.
Well, let's just hope Decker remembers how to drive one of these things. Ancestral Fortress is located. Darius dripping with shade for this nonsense. Alright, move up, clear out defenders, hold the area until restoration forces arrive to set up a permanent camp.
What do you need?
What I need is sensor data.
Copy that.
Location confirmed.
Move order received.
Hopefully Behemoth is happy about her new mech. It was very expensive. And it has always treated its pilot very well. You have nothing to worry about. You're certainly not in danger of getting obliterated.
Roger that.
Put you nice and high up, although in a position where you can actually face forward would be cool.
On the move.
Oops, I'm trying to click this forward position. I guess we should probably move the Jenner forward first to ensure that it doesn't get trapped.
Moving out.
Alright, well, it's remarkably quiet here. Make sure that Behemoth continues to move up. I kind of want her up high, but I don't like the facing options here.
Affirmative.
Aye, aye.
Let's have the Jenner move forward a little bit, stay in the trees. Okay, here we go. Got something. This is the Ancestral Fortress? This looks like a modern operational military base to me. I don't like this. Watch for enemy reinforcements, Commander. Man, was this a trap? I bet that... Of course it was. Of course it was. Alright, we do have a pair of medium lasers, but actually, if anybody's going up on this hill to get straight shots, it should be the person with the PPC.
Position confirmed.
Oh, I thought that was... I thought that was that sort of red outline sensor reading of a mech. It is in fact a tree that is just a suspicious color. Well, I guess we should probably have Behemoth be the one who steps up. I don't want to go too far in, but I do want to go to a position where I get 4 evasive charges. Let's see what happens when she steps into the area. Nothing. Maybe it's waiting for all of us to get into the area? Because I'm not doing... That's not how we do things here.
Confirmed.
Our missile mechs will stay in the back safely. Alright, well, we occupy the fortress. Now we must pacify the surrounding area.
Aye, aye.
This is very strange. I'm nervous out here. What is this? A dropship is inbound to this location. Okay. Do not put my guys where our Arano dropship is landing. Got it.
Got it.
Let's try to look around at the roads. I don't know if this is actually a road or just lowland, but... Huh. Very strange. This whole thing is very strange. You're just gonna stay right here. Until I know what's going on.
Let's hit him hard.
Okay, I got something. At that speed, whatever that is very light or a vehicle. I guess it's moving on 4, so yeah, it's a light. Alright, no actual damage.
Waiting for orders.
We got a blackjack coming in with that lasers and AC2s loadout. I think we probably want to break line of sight a little bit here. This is tall enough for that, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll advance on whatever this is. Get all of our evasion charges up.
Position confirmed.
They shouldn't be able to close in and hit me in the back here. I should be fine. It's another Jenner. Well. Let's say hello. Hey, I like your mech! Not bad. Good opening salvo. And we hit him in the head, too. Unfortunately, that's not going to prevent him from running up and counter-lasering me. But I don't think he has an upgraded SRM6 package, so... Oh, he's got the back shot, though. I closed up a little too much. That's weird. It's weird that he only fired once.
Took a hard hit there.
Medusa, are you faking a deeper voice? Is it because Decker's around? That's not his normal voice, right?
Waiting for orders.
It's weird. It looks like I'm not going to be able to get vision of the real mechs with either of these. I'm going to, at the risk of allowing this blackjack to get a shot I don't really want it to get, I'm going to reserve for now. Let him come forward a little bit. Let Behemoth turn around and try to establish a visual.
What's up, boss?
We'll figure things out from there. I probably don't want to destroy this military base. I should be a little careful. Man, it would be kind of nice if she had the sensor lock capability. It looks like even at full sprint, I can't get vision. All right, so we're gonna have to have somebody do a sensor lock then. So is there any version of this where I can move to a place where I can shoot at that guy? There is not. All right, well. I think I would rather move and brace than do a full sprint. Although, also, this mech's pretty tough. Yeah, we'll be alright. A Thunderbolt with 4 evasive charges is going to be real hard to kill. Alright, so it looks like Decker is probably just establishing the sensor lock then. Although we could finish off the Jenner. Make it so that we're not totally reliant on him to do it. We probably don't hit very much here, and it does still have all of its back armor, but geez, all of its back armor is really not a lot. And we're pretty likely to take off its arm. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. A remarkable amount of that did not actually make any contact at all.
Good
I
to
figured,
know.
you know, like I know the numbers are low, but also, also we're firing 35 missiles. Some of them will hit. Roughly 30% of them will hit, but it sure didn't feel like 35%.
Got it.
Because if we can take these guys out right now, the Jenner can do something. Our Jenner can do something other than just fight this guy. Okay, well, that pilot's on 1 health probably, if he's at base health. Oh, it's just a locust. It's going to take a little bit more than that to get through.
I'm showing minor damage.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, well, unfortunately, I really don't think it's a good idea for Medusa to do anything other than finish this this thing off. So I'd like to hit it in its right side, but also I don't really want to expose myself to the blackjack coming in here, and I don't actually even know what this is. Whatever it is, it's probably... Well, actually, whatever it is, it's moving on 4, so it's light. If I hit him from the right side, I still have to go through... Honestly, not that much. Even just turning around to shoot him would probably be fine here. Just shoot him directly in the front. Yeah. Although... it'd be a good idea to get some evasive charges. And actually, if I give myself vision of these guys... it'll make it easier for our mechs to hurt him. Although, with this guy having not taken an attack on his turn, he's guarded. Yeah, I'm just going to turn around and shoot him. I kind of like my cover position here.
All weapons, fire.
I might not actually have needed all weapons, but I wanted to be sure.
Tango down.
I wonder, actually, out of all of our squad, who has the most kills? Because I feel like Medusa chalks them up very regularly. Okay, they got a spider and a locust. I'm considerably less frightened of these guys than I was a few turns ago.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, we're going to let the blackjack come in a little bit. I'm going to... Oh, you don't have multi-target. That's a shame. Because this thing's guarded, right? So what do we have here? A pair of medium lasers. I guess you're slightly more dangerous? Holy crap, you have very little armor. I think I'm just going to sensor lock him. Right, because we could shoot at him. But our odds of hitting are, well, I guess they're not that bad. But the shot only removes 1 of his evasive charges, whereas the sensor lock will remove 2 of them. And make it much more likely that Glitch will really get in there. But I was figuring that our hit chance was going to be a lot lower than it was. Why am I not... What's going on here? Why can't I shoot? Am I just out of range? Seems odd. Given, you know, the LRMs. Alright, well, I guess move forward a little bit. We're definitely not going to be able to get him with the medium lasers from here. Okay, now it's showing me numbers more like I'm expecting. Yeah, I'm just going to sensor lock him. We're probably not going to actually hit him that much with these. I can remove 2 of his evasive charges this way. And then Glitch can get the actual shot. Interesting. He's got those AC2s.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I think we can probably start moving forward with Glitch, try to set up the PPC shot in the near future.
Don't need to tell me twice.
And still only 45s, really. It's indirect fire. Make it a precision strike, too? Yeah, we're getting there. And honestly, I think just go to the center torso, just kill it.
Tell me what to shoot.
Okay, not actually a kill, but a good start.
Ready for orders.
Behemoth just run forward at full speed. Huh. He's not showing evasive or guarded? So we can have the Jenner finish off the Locust, because we know that it'll act later due to the called shot. I'm wondering if I should just go to the Blackjack with the AC-20. I was expecting this thing to be a bad target. But yeah, we actually have a reasonable chance of doing really a lot of damage to that thing.
Give him everything you've got. Enemy down.
Holy crap. Yeah, that AC-20 is like that's a real weapon. That is a serious gun. Oh, we finally got to use it. Like, I fired it a couple of times with Bell, but I feel like I don't remember if we ever hit anything with it. I remember it didn't feel like I was doing a lot of damage, though. Okay, he's soft on his right side. There's no reason for me to do anything other than this, right? Just run up on him and let him have it with as many weapons as I can fire without overheating.
Enemy down.
Alright, well, assuming nothing else crazy happens, this was pretty
Good to
easy.
go.
He didn't move at all, he just fired. That's, without question, the worst way for him to have used his mech. Can I get a non-obstructed line of sight? I can.
Roger.
I don't think my medium lasers are going to be optimal at this range, but if we can get them to fire at all, it would be good. Yeah, you know what? Pretty good. Pretty good shot.
Affirmative.
That's really a lot of missiles. Alright, so we got a torso destruction and a knockdown. That guy, the actual pilot there, is almost certainly toast.
Uh-huh.
We could fire our particle cannon. Probably not actually a good idea. I don't know, like maybe we'll have more enemies appear or something. This was rated pretty easy. I guess I shouldn't necessarily assume it will actually be super easy. But let's finish him off. We're still in good firing shape if it turns out there's a little bit of turnabout here or something. Dropship inbound.
And stay down.
Boy, they were really close. And is this the part where they try to get out of paying me?
Mission.
No, okay, we're good. I was ready for him. You know, honestly, the fact that I was ready for him may have been what convinced them to just pay. Well, I think this money was coming from Lady Arano, actually. She wouldn't double-cross us. Right, yeah. Make about $500,000. Nice easy milk run, absolutely no repairs necessary, no injuries, reasonable amount of XP. Medusa racking them up, as always. And we could pull... Yeah, we could pull the spider and then sell the spider. That's probably worth doing. That guy's fairly valuable. They didn't have any weapons or gear that I care about at all there. We could try to put together another Jenner and sell that later. Because presumably the Jenner would sell quite a bit better, but we can... I'll just dump the spider now. That's fine. Yeah, piece of a blackjack. That's cool. Yeah, nice easy mission just to, you know, make sure that we stay solvent through the end of the month. Jumping on an enemy is highly effective, but will result in damage to your mech's legs. I'm still curious about the possibility of building a really heavy mech with a ton of leg armor, specifically for the purpose of jumping on people. It does a lot of damage, and it seems like it's pretty much guaranteed to hit. You just have to have a lot of armor, so that you can guarantee that you won't take enough structural damage for your mech to be inoperable after the jump. But if you could do that, it seems like it would be pretty good, right?
That mech you wanted is back online.
Alright. Spider's garbage. Screw that. Don't try to convince me that this is a real mech, Darius. Darius? Yang. Don't try to convince me that this is a real mech, whoever you are. Did he put it in the bay? He did. He actually put it up into the bay, without me asking him to. Get this nonsense out of here. I appreciate that it doesn't let you sell mechs that you have in the active bays, just to prevent the terrible thing from happening. Okay. Feeling like I'm in much better shape now. So, let's run it to the financial report, and that's where we'll stop.
I've got the financial report.
So we can definitely afford to go to normal supplies. Significantly lowers our costs and doesn't really affect our morale in any meaningful way. We could cut all the way back to restrictive and be fine, but honestly, the amount that you save by cutting back is really pretty small. Yeah, we'll just go normal. Okay, and with that, I do believe we are done for the day. That's going to be it for us. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. We're going to burn 3 days, get this dragon repaired, and then we're going to put it through its paces. And we'll see you then.